Hello everybody, this is JD. That's my dining room. Welcome to my dining room, okay? Here, this is JD again. I'm in my work clothes. What am I doing right now? Instead of putting on my turtleneck and a nice sports jacket or blazer, I'm just going to do this video before we head out to the school to listen to my daughter's recital. What am I doing on this video today? I hope you all been listening to the news. Listening to McCain's comments, listening to Colin Powell's comments, listening to all these dead, President-elect Obama's comments, and listen to all this stuff. Understand this, okay? Our forefathers, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, all of those people were not professional politicians. The reason they have these re-elections is they expected us, the people, to exercise our independent thinking and elect the best people for the job. Unfortunately, we have gotten too accustomed to listening to other people to telling us what to do. We are not that independent thinker like our forefathers. We are not that independent individual any longer. I came across when I was running, too many people said I'm voting Democrat because I'm a Democrat. They totally disagreed with who was running, but they were Democrat. And I don't know how many people totally disliked McCain. Their answer was, he's the lesser of two evils. Hey, no good is no good. Bottom line, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to promise you all something. I'm not going to tell you I've kept all my promises so far, but I promise you a presidential election like none you ever seen in 2012. I have to get together with a bunch of people, a few parties and stuff, and see if they will support me. I will not sign up as a political party. I'm sorry, I can't. Because of you out there. I cannot represent a political party. I cannot represent one group. I cannot represent a special interest. The only people I can represent is you, the individual. I promise you, if I can get a campaign going, we will have one of the most unique presidential elections there ever has been. Probably something that's going to totally change our presidential elections, because you are going to be the main focal point, not me. What you want, what you need. I don't expect anything really to change right now between it. We'll stumble through like our government always does. We will exist in 4 years from now, maybe a little better, most likely about the same, maybe a little worse. But the truth of the matter is, we will be there. We will last 4 more years with whoever is, and I will be running. But I promise you that whoever runs against me is going to have a job and a half if I could find a campaign manager and a law firm. We need to approach the people right now to do what I want to do. Somebody who's willing to believe in our Constitution of the United States. Somebody who's willing to believe in the ideals of our forefathers. A lot of people don't realize George Washington was not the first president of the United States. He was the first congressional president of the United States. Not the first. He was actually the second. There was a president before him. But you got to understand, he was not a professional politician. Neither was those who followed directly behind. But he did walk through Valley Forge with his feet wrapped up with clothing, just like his fellow soldiers. He did know what it was like to go hungry. He did know what it was like to be desperate, to almost lose everything, and wondering where's the next day going to come from. He did know those things. Now, he was not a professional politician living his life on Easy Street, living off of every American. Our politicians have become corrupt, not because they're bad people, but because they are real people. They become corrupt because power corrupts. They aren't bad, they aren't mean, and most of them aren't devious. They're only trying to build for themselves. They forget why they are politicians. Or I should say no, they forget what they are doing. They know why they are politicians. So bottom line, I'm not going to be a politician. I'm not going to be politically correct. But like I said from the very beginning, if I become president, there's only one promise I'm going to make to you. And that is, I'm going to bring you to the White House. Each and every one of you. And that's the promise I'm going to keep you. The next is, if I can get the people now to help me set up what I want, I promise you, come 2010, 2011, you will start seeing a political campaign, or let me take it back, a presidential campaign that is designed and set up for you out there, the ones who matter. Because really, according to the Constitution, it's we the people in order to form a more perfect union. Not we the congressmen and senators, or we the government. It's we the people. And that is what I will never, ever forget. To change things, I have to go where I'm going. Some people said, well, run locally. That is not my goal. My goal is to put us where we, the people, matter more than anything else. You out there are the most important individual in this government. And that must matter. Oh, by the way, did any of you see the news article where the guy threw the two shoes at the president? I kind of laugh a little at that. Because a few years ago, if he would have done that to somebody standing alongside Saddam Hussein, either he would have got shot right there, or they'd dragged him to the side and shot him, or they'd have took him outside and shot him. He would never have left the grounds. Does the Iraqi people realize, with all the disgrace, all the disrespect they give to President Bush, what he has given them? That a man could sit up next to their leader and throw shoes and not have to duck bullets afterwards? Just something to think about. I'm not supporting the war. I disagree. No, I'm supporting the war. I disagree with the reasons we went there. The reason I support the war is because I support every single individual in our military there. And they I support. And they should get 110% of our support. Why we're there? That's a whole different story. And you know who would answer for that more than anybody else? Colin Powell. He's the one who convinced Congress. He's the one who convinced the Senate. He's the one who went to the UN and sold it. Of everybody that pushed the war down Congress's throats, the Senate's throats, and the UN, Colin Powell is the biggest pusher because everybody respected him and expected the absolute truth. And what did they get? Have a nice day. This is JD. Remember, don't think Republican, don't think Democrat. Think American. Look for answers, search for answers. When you get your answers, then make your choice. That's what our government is based on, and that you must remember. Thank you.